Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video. Life's been busy, but I thought I'd just drop a short little video in here while I have time, because today is Monday, my day off, and I think moving forward Mondays is going to have to be the day I record videos, because life is getting in the way of my YouTube channel and crafting and other things. Anyway guys, let's get started. Happy mail. I received some of this last week. I just have had trouble getting around to doing a video. I received my first Christmas card from Meg at Meg's Vintage Knits. She has a YouTube channel. Make sure you check her out. It's a lovely card with some lovely sentiments, and it was really nice to receive this in the mail. On the same day, and I just haven't got around to showing you, I received a gift from London from my son and his flatmate. Now, his flatmate's mother visited from Peru, and she brought some gifts with her that he's forwarded on to me. So I'll start with the ones for me, because there's gifts for me, gifts for Rebs, and gifts for Thing. And I put them on my models because I think it'd be easier. If I can get a photo at the end, I will, so you can see them. First of all, I've been sent this. This is hand knitted. And it's like a little bolero shawl that you put over your shoulders on a cool summer evening. Look, it's got a little rose on, and they put the tag to tell me it's made with baby alpaca, and the washing instructions. Oops, there you go. Isn't that lovely? Now, I think his auntie knitted this. I know his mother's a dressmaker, and I think it's his auntie who knits and crochets. But that is beautiful, and it fits lovely. It's just a really warm today for me to be modeling these things. My other gift, and it's quite big on this, that's why I want to get a photo, is this beautiful pashmina. Can you see that? You should see the alpacas down the side. Isn't that beautiful? Now this says something alpaca, so it must be some sort of cotton made from alpaca. I haven't translated the tag that's on it, but it's quite big. It's a beautiful pashmina, and I really do like it, and I appreciate the thoughtfulness of bringing these gifts. And that was for me. For Reeves, now sometimes when he wants to sleep and he can't sleep, he'll put a beanie over his head that he can pull down over his eyes and ears. And my son must have mentioned this because he received a hand knitted beanie that is amazing. He really likes it. Look at that lettering, how well all that is knitted. Inside, everything finished beautifully. And he said I could share it, but he wants it back soon. So it is in a lightweight yarn. It's probably in a 3-ply or what would you call it, DK or 3-weight, which he likes because he doesn't want it too thick for here. But that is his beanie, and it came with a key ring from Trujillo, which is where they live in Peru, and that was for Rebs. Now Thing got a polo shirt, but unfortunately he wore it today and it's a bit grubby. They generally send him a polo shirt because he's very conservative, and they're not sure quite what he will wear, but he will wear a polo shirt. I think this one was black, the last one was green. It's really thoughtful of them to send this forward to Australia, because postage from Great Britain or UK is really expensive. It's difficult to the US because even if you send a gift of $100 of items, they want so much information because of tariffs. And London, well, it's just huge. My son, I've done it the last couple of years. I've requested an Amazon wish list from both of them, and they do up a wish list with heaps of items, and I pick a couple and they're delivered just before Christmas. And I have UK Amazon Prime, which gets me free delivery, and where they live is quite central, so it's delivered more or less the same day, if not the next day. So yes, I got their Amazon wish lists after requesting. I'm in the process of organizing their gifts. So, which brings me to, I have an Amazon wish list for my family, and I have a Ravelry pattern wish list, which is I have sitting there for friends and family. And I've been pretty low. I've had no Crochet. I sort of dived before the markets, and I'm diving even more. I don't really feel like doing much. But this one day I got a real boost because I opened up emails and I'd received some pattern gifts for Christmas via my Ravelry wish list and others. So first one I'm going to show you is the West Knits Go-Go Dynamo shawl. These are from the lovely Barbara. Hi Barbara. She's been with me for a while as a subscriber and a friend. But that is going to have to take some planning and quite a bit of time for me to knit. But I do love Stephen West patterns. They challenge me and get me outside my comfort zone. This wombat was on my wish list. I just loved him. Outback wombat. I plan to make that because I think that's really cute and will be popular when I go to sell it on markets. So I got that one. I also got two others. This one I don't recall. I think she must have found it herself. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you know I call it my spirit animal, and my passion is polar bears. I've been to the Arctic to see them in the wild. I just love them. And she has found me Patches the polar bear, which I really do plan to make. And maybe I should do more polar bears on my market stall, or just more bears in general. Who knows? 2026 will be interesting. This is one that I keep looking at now and think, should I start it on January the 1st and do a 100-day crochet project? It's called the Hooked on a Feeling Blanket. It's Tunisian crochet. It is made with Shepsky's Catatonia cotton. I'm not sure that's what I want to make it in, and that's what the confusion is. I'll just do that. There you go. Can you see that? If I can do that, it will be amazing. It will look great. So they were the 4 patterns Barbara bought me from my Ravelry wish list for Christmas. And it's just awesome because it cheered me up no end. I've been much better since I've got these, because I have managed, not necessarily, I think I got a little tired of market prepping, and I decided I would attack the whip wall again. As you can see, it's been rummaged through, and I have finally finished Luck of the Draw 12. I finally put a border on it and finished it last night. There it has. It has like a, because there are so many ends, I do like the envelope border and close them in rather than worry about them coming undone. So I know they're doing Luck of the Draw 13, which I'm not taking part in. I decided not to do too many cowls or make-alongs this month because I'm just burnt out a little bit. However, I'm still doing Traveler's Wheel, which I've nearly finished this week's project, which I'll show you in another video. So all these patterns that I have shown you or will be in the description below if you want to check them out, you're interested. My advice to you is, if you have a Ravelry account, put some things in your wish list. You never know who might like to send you a gift. Same as if you have this Amazon wish list and you want to share it, let us know. It's difficult with postage. I feel like it's just a waste of money, and that was always the big bugbear. It costs a lot to send it, but you do. And now it's all the politics and the rigmarole to get anything to leave the country, or bring anything into the country. We're just as bad here. So wish lists are great. My son likes his Amazon wish list. He's very practical. His flatmate's a bit more, you know, fanciful, but yeah, my son's very practical. He wants things for the flat that he needs, you know, things like pillows, you know, new bed pillows, but which is good that he's practical. Anyway, What else have I got? I did a bit of thrift shopping. I thought that might cheer me up. I'll find something magical that'll really inspire me. After 3 thrift shops, I found one little item. Every year I buy a Christmas decoration. As you can see, I have made a bit of an effort to put some Christmas decorations up there. Santa does dance with this surfboard. Not too many. I'm not a big Christmas decoration person. I have 2 trees out in the living area. Christmas changed for us. On December the 12th is the anniversary of my mother's death, when she was killed by a drunk driver. And from that day, Christmas has never been the same. It doesn't matter whether we get together as a whole family or what have you. We miss her terribly. And that happened in 1999. Nothing's changed. We don't have grandchildren, so it's not like we have to be, thinking about making it great for grandchildren. And yeah, we have a nice time, but we don't do anything really out there. So I'm thrift shopping. I can't find anything for crafting, no great yarn buys, no great equipment buys, but my one Christmas decoration has come from a thrift shop. Here it is. It is a metal polar bear. It cost me $1 at a thrift shop. Apparently it was made for Woolworths, which is a big department store. It's Woodlands glitter free. I don't know why that's important on the label. Christmas decoration, but it is metal. That was only $1, and I love my polar bears. So there you go. The other thing that happened last week, which was a bit of a surprise, I had 3 sales in my Etsy shop. I sold my Beehive tea cozy, my Damn It doll, and my one of copies of my pattern tea cozy patterns. And that brought me to analyzing what I'd sold for the year in the Etsy shop today. And I have made 10 sales all year. And the shock is, I always complain about the fees. So I've now worked out, analyzing the data from my sales, that on average, you pay 23% of your retail price in fees. That's it. 23%, which seems really high. I knew it was high, but I was quite surprised it's over 20%. 23% in fees if you want to sell on Etsy. And it doesn't matter. The higher the price, it's 23% of that price. There you go. So it didn't surprise me in the sense that I knew they were high. It just surprised me they were that high. The other thing that happened is this week, end of last week, Friday, is had a lady contact me about my orange loaf cat she had seen at the November market, and had I sold it. And I said, no, for some reason I didn't sell the orange one. Can I buy it? So she came to my office, she gave me the money and picked up a loaf cat. She wants it for her daughter. So that was an extra sale, which I put those figures on the November market because that's when she saw it. She said the December market, she went to the big beach market in the northern suburbs because she thought I'd be there. And I said, no, I only really support this market in town. And I did 3 markets there this year, and in total I did 4 markets. And I may analyze the data on that after watching Kim at Crafty Chaos Emporium, who analyzed her data from her markets. And I thought that's a great idea. I am a figures person. I'm really into figures and spreadsheets and all that. So after doing Etsy, because I was curious, maybe I'll see how I went with my 4 markets and compare it to last year where I did 3 markets. But there you go. That's it for me. It's just a short video to say hi and share with you what I've been up to. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're working on. I don't make Christmas gifts as a rule. Maybe tea towels with toppers. I've never really come up with a great gift to give, except this time I'm thinking maybe stress balls might be a great idea. But yes, that's what I've been up to. Not much really. Anyway, leave a nice positive comment. Let me know what you're working on, and what did you think to my gifts I've received? Isn't it lovely to be thought of by special people and to feel that I'm made to feel special? Take care, stay safe, and remember to have one crafty day to cheer you up. Bye for now.